Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you a list of what makes a bag durable or have poor wear and tear. So in this video, I'm going to give you my tips and tricks on how to find out before buying whether a bag will have good wear and tear or not. So if you're curious to hear my thoughts, then please keep on watching. So the first and definitely most obvious thing to consider is going to be the type of leather that the bag has. So for example, we have this Chanel medium classic flap over here that is in caviar leather, and then over here we have this Chanel walk which is in lambskin leather. So these are two types of leather that are very different from Chanel. So if you are familiar with the brand, caviar leather is the most durable one and lambskin leather is the least durable one. So lambskin is a type of leather that is very soft, very luxurious, very beautiful, very plush, but also very, very prone to scratches and very difficult to remove stains from. It's a type of leather that is not super duper water resistant and definitely prone to scratches and stains as well. Now over here we have caviar leather, which is much more durable. This is a very grainy type of leather. It's a type of leather that's not soft, that is very much resistant to any kind of scratches. So right now I have my claws, so to speak, on the bag, and as you can see, I'm like rubbing it with my fingers and there's honestly like nothing that will show, which is really great if you happen to stain your bag with basically pretty much anything. This is the type of things that will come off really easily from that type of bag. So the first thing that I would consider on whether a bag is going to be durable or not is going to be the type of leather. I would highly recommend to get a caviar leather bag or any kind of like grainy leather if you're looking for something that is very durable. The next thing that we should consider is going to be the types of handles, or rather the material that the handles are made out of. And for this one, I still have my Chanel medium classic flap, and right here the handles or the strap is going to be metal. It's a metal strap. And for this one, the bag that I'm comparing it to is a new bag. It's Gucci Diana small shoulder bag. And this is actually a replica that a brand very, very kindly sent me. By the way, if you are interested in getting this particular bag or anything else from this fake factory, then all of the relevant information will be in the description box of the video down below. I highly trust them. Their quality really is amazing. I've never had any problems with them. This is not the first item that they have sent me at all, and every time I'm very, very happy. I've done a lot of comparisons of real versus fakes using their bags, and it's been amazing every time. So anyway, this bag's handles are bamboo handles. So on the scale of durability, I would rate it lower than the metal strap, but definitely higher than fabric handles. So for example, behind me, we have a Dior book tote, and over there, the handles are made out of fabric. That's going to be the ones that is going to be the least durable because it's something that you're grabbing all the time. Your hands are not necessarily clean, or actually very unlikely clean. So I would definitely recommend getting a metal strap or a metal handles. I think this is definitely the most durable one. Bamboo is not bad, but over time, over a longer period of time, you will see over here where you mostly grab the bag, because let's face it, you're not grabbing the bag like, you know, all the way right here. You're grabbing the bag always at the same spot in the middle, and over time that will fade the bamboo. So this would be like a medium one, and then the fabric is definitely the worst one. So the next thing that we'll be considering is going to be the bottom of the bag. This is why I'm holding both bags in this manner, in this position. This is actually something that I feel like I haven't considered enough when looking at handbags, when, you know, being interested in purchasing a handbag. I would highly recommend looking at the bottom of the bag, and more specifically looking for the presence of little feet So right over here on the Gucci Diana bag, there are little feet. I believe there's 5 of them, which is plenty. And this really makes it such that the bag, if you put it on the floor, if you put it on the ground, is not going to be resting against the floor, but rather the feet are going to come in between the bag and the floor. So if there's any dust, or if it's dirty, or if there's any potential, I don't know, even stain on the floor or anything like that, this might not come on your handbag. But over here for the Chanel Classic Flap, feet don't exist. So this is kind of a problem for this type of bag. This is the type of bag that I would never put on the floor, that I would always put like behind me on a chair at a restaurant, or you know, kind of like hang it from the chair or something like that, but definitely never on the floor. This really is more carefree, and this would be the type of bag that I would be comfortable placing on the floor, especially with the presence of feet. So if you're looking for a durable bag, highly recommend looking for at least 4 or 5 feet. The next thing to consider when looking at purchasing a handbag is going to be the angle of the corners. And that is something that will really tell you very distinctly whether or not a bag is going to be durable or not. So what I'm talking about by the angle of the corners is whether or not the corners go outward or inward. So over here for the Chanel flat bag, it's going to be facing inward. So that makes it such that the bag's corners are not as exposed as they would be if they were facing outward. Right here on the Gucci Diana bag, it's facing outward. So I think it might be a little bit more clear if we look at it from the sides. So here it's really exposed over here on the 4 corners, but right here on this bag, it's a little bit less. I mean, it is still exposed, and of course every bag still is going to have corners, but I feel like if it's inwards, it's not going to be as exposed. Once again, this is something that I like never even considered before when purchasing handbags. I would just like, you know, try them on in the store. Do I like it? Does it fit in my collection? But I wouldn't really consider this type of criteria before, and I feel like I've been doing that lately, and it's been incredibly helpful. I feel like I haven't really made a poor purchase or a bad like choice. So I'm very happy with that. So once again, angle of the corners, if they face inwards, we're good. If they face outwards, a little iffy for the durability. Next, and definitely something that is extremely important, is going to be the overall structure of the bag. And right here for this one, I changed handbags for the Chanel bag. It's now a Chanel 19 handbag in size medium, and this is not going to be a handbag that has a very good structure. It's not a very well-structured handbag. It is actually my only handbag that's not a well-structured bag. I do love well-structured bags, and I really tend to prefer them, especially for the wear and tear. Right here, the Gucci Diana bag is extremely well-structured. It makes it extremely sturdy. The bag can stand on its own without, you know, anything, without placing a bag organizer inside, without placing any kind of like pillows or anything. For the Chanel 19, I have a bag organizer inside, and sometimes it's a little bit more poofy and kind of like tends to fall down. It doesn't actually fall down, but it tends to fall down. And that's simply because, number one, the bag structure, but also the type of leather that it is. So right here, it's calfskin leather, so much less durable, and it's also much less structured type of leather. So it's a combination of the bag model and then the type of leather. So right here, for this one, I would highly favor the Gucci one. It is much better structured than the Chanel 19 bag. Our next consideration is going to be the color of the handbag. And obviously it has to do with the potential for color transfer. So right here with the Chanel Medium Classic Flap, the color burgundy is a color, aka it's not black, but because it's a dark color, the potential for color transfer is very slim. I've had this bag for a very long time, and I have worn it a lot. That being said, I've never had any color transfer. As you can see, the bag is still intact. I've worn this with dark fabrics, even dark denim with like a black coat. There's never been any color transfer on it, so finger crossed it won't happen, and I really don't think so. Over here, we have this beautiful Gucci Diana bag, which is kind of light pink. This is a bag that hasn't been worn yet. This is why it's still intact at the back, but I feel like given the color, this is a bag that has a very high potential for color transfer. So this isn't going to be the type of bag that is as carefree as the Chanel one. If you want to make this bag durable, it is possible, but you will have to think about, you know, the outfits that you're wearing, what you're taking with you, where you're setting this bag, what is it resting against, that type of stuff. So overall, even though you are careful, it's still going to be less durable than a bag that is either black, which is the 100% tippy top, or a darker color such as burgundy, for example, or maybe dark red or dark gray or dark beige, etc., etc. Our next and last consideration is going to be the zipper or closure system. And here, the question that you have to ask yourself if you're looking for a durable bag is going to be, does the zipper or closure system open and close easily? And for this consideration, I chose a new bag. This is the Dior medium size Bobby bag. And this is the type of bag that really does not open easily. So if I lay this one aside and I try to open this one, I open it, not that hard, but then when I close it, I'm kind of like looking at where the closure is, and this particular piece over here, right here, the little buckle is resting against the leather of the handbag, and I'm sure that you can already see on camera that there is a slight mark in the leather. This leather is very soft and supple, so it makes it such that it really impacts the leather. There's an impact, actual impact, every time you open and close the bag. So if you're using this bag as an everyday bag, constantly opening and closing it, this is not the type of bag that's going to be durable. I use mine pretty sparingly over here and over there, but not a whole lot. And it makes it such that it's still okay. But even with that, I mean, you can still see the mark. So this is not incredibly practical. And then our other one is still the Chanel Medium Classic Flap. This is very much easier to open and close because you just got to twist. This doesn't like touch the leather or anything, and then you open. So it's very, very different. So this is something that you should definitely be considering when looking at either an investment bag or an everyday bag. And I feel like it's because for an investment bag, if you spend 10K on a handbag and there is like a mark because there's impact on the leather every time you open and close, even though you take it out like 4 times a year, if there's already a mark after 4 times and you pay 10K for it, then that's terrible. Like, I really would not want that for me. And on the contrary, if you're looking for, you know, kind of an everyday bag, something practical, if you're gonna open and close this multiple times a day, there will be a mark immediately, and the mark will just worsen and worsen over time, and very soon you'll be with a bag that looks old, although it's not. So I would really, really recommend to look at this. This is not the type of factor that I was considering before, and I made a couple of mistakes, a couple of purchasing mistakes in the past due to this. By the way, I've recently done a video on my channel titled The Mistakes I Made When I First Started My Luxury Journey. So if you're interested in seeing that video, then I will go ahead and leave it in the little information link over here for you to see it. But that is a mistake to add to that list for sure. So definitely consider the type of zipper or closure system and whether or not it opens and closes easily. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was informational and helpful for you in case you were looking at purchasing a handbag. I hope that these considerations will help you make a good choice, at least an informed decision on whether your handbag is going to be durable or not. So if you did enjoy the video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.